she amazing? This is her first event, and she's just, I'm so proud. I mean, it's good to see when you're passionate about something and you actually take steps to go for it. A lot of times we have these hopes and dreams and visions, but we don't actually take the necessary steps. So I'm going to backtrack. She gave a little bit. I'm Lucinda. I'm the author of Corporate Mom Dropouts. I have a nice network of, I work with women and moms, and I congratulate the men who are here because you can learn a few things as well. But what we do with Corporate Mom Dropouts is we take ideas, turn those concepts into cash, turn those concepts into prosperity and abundance. But more so what we do is take the vision, take the dream that you've been sitting on that's been outside the door and open up the door and say, okay, this is what I want it to be when I grow up. So, and we actually take on that characteristic of who we want it to be and grow that business. So she said the 30-day miracle in a circle, that was something that we were doing just for months. It's a lot of work that we have to do on our mindsets. So before I begin to talk to you about marketing, promotion, it's a lot that you have to work on mentally so you know what you're marketing, what you're promoting, what you're actually doing. I don't care how many coaches you go to, how many seminars, workshops, conferences. I am a recovering information junkie. I bought every program. If it was out there, it was pertaining to my business. If it could help me market, if it was a conference, whatever I had to do, I was there. Many times I did not have the money to be there, but I was there because I was thirsty and hungry for the information. But that hunger cannot stop. It cannot stop by attending these events. It cannot stop by going to different conferences and workshops, but we have to be deliberate and strategic on where we show up and why we're showing up. There's three things. Let me go back to who I am. So, I'm an author, and I'm glad to be here for you, and I'm going to talk about promoting and marketing your business. And, of course, we're going to tap into some of the mindset. I don't know how much time I have here. How much time? You got to be on that 8. Okay, so we're not going to go that. We're not going to go that long. So now back to being strategic and deliberate, and your mindset and your vision and what we're doing as promoting and marketing our business. How many of us have a business or want to own a business? Okay. Great. What business are you in? Because we haven't done like a round table. Who are you and what business are you in? Yeah, you. She said me. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. Anyone else? Let's go. Who else? Someone else want to say?
Yeah. Hi, Orlando Rivera. I have tons of business ideas in my head.
Give us one. Give us one hot one.
The one hot one that I'm working on right now is I want to start a wild chicken farm somewhere in the southeast.
Oh, nice. Wow. Nice. Wow. Wild chicken farm. I'll be there. Who else wants to? Sure.
Hi everybody, I am Rainy Wester, and I have a couple of things that I'm working on. I have something online called pushyourdreamers.com, where it's a site where I kind of gather information such as you're doing now, listening to get success story, advice, tips that can push everybody forward. And I am expanding that into a youth program, as well as doing a t-shirt line that kind of promotes positivity and also encourages others such as this. So that is three of my goals. I recreate myself or invent myself as being known as a dream pusher, because I don't think we have enough encouragement in this community. I think that we need more examples such as we're doing right now. So I'm really trying to start that and just expand more exactly what's being done like this.
Go ahead.
My name is George. I'm still in high school, and I'm going to start my own profession.
Okay. Well, this is Promote Me, and I'm glad that Nicole has this platform for us. I mean, we've been having conversations on the phone, and the thing about starting a business, or if you have a business, and I had to shut my business down. I started out, I was working in corporate America, just like how Monique said. I was working in corporate America. I started in the financial industry, and then I went into working into the hospital, and then from there, I was working for a nonprofit organization. And at that time, I had 2 children. Now I have 3. I have a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 5-month-old. So I'm busy. I have a busy life. So yes, I have a busy life. So when I was working in corporate America, it did not work for me, because I would leave work at 6 o'clock. I would leave work around 5, get to the kids around 6:30, get home, it's time to eat, do homework, bath time, and go to bed. There's no time for relationship. There's no time for me to get to know my children. There was no time for me to get to know my spouse. My relationship died. My relationship with my children died. I didn't know which one was allergic to lemons, which one was allergic to oranges, who didn't like peanut butter and jelly. So that's pretty sad for a bunch of toddlers that you have home. And then I was frustrated. So I was an angry woman walking the streets. I was angry, frustrated, road rage, hated my job, didn't like what I was getting paid, was not connected to my source, was not connected to God, and then I wasn't connected to any relationship. So here I was in the middle with a whole lot of creativity inside of me, and no one to see that because I'm not reflecting that, because I'm upset about what I'm doing. So I had to change that, and I knew that there was a lot more inside of me that needed to come out. I was doing a bunch of side hustles, from promoting to having college events, you name it, I was doing it. But that still wasn't fulfilling the need. There was something bigger inside. And when you have something bigger inside, it's not going to leave you alone until you tap into it and say, okay, what is going on? Let me answer the call. Who is this knocking on my door? What is this destiny? What is this dream? What is this vision that I'm ignoring? So once I tapped into it, I said, okay, this is going to require me to make a shift. Everybody's going to think I'm crazy. They're going to think I lost my mind. I'm possibly on drugs. I have 2 children and you're leaving your job? Really, Lucinda? So I took that step, because when we have our visions and our dreams, no one is going to understand that. You're going to have people oppress your vision and oppress your dream. They're not supposed to, and they're not obligated to understand it. So we have to get out of the phase of saying, well, no, you didn't support me. They are not supposed to support you, because this is your vision and your dream. You walk along the path and pick up the people on your bus who needs to be there. And it may not be your family at that time. It may not be your friends. My circle of influence dwindles down to maybe 3 people. You know, a lot of friends I'm still in communication with, but my circle of influence, the people who are moving and shaking with me, the change makers, the people who are understanding my vision or there to support me, is very small now. And I'm comfortable with that, because they're doing a lot more for me than me having that large network. So don't look to have a big group. Like what's happening here for Nicole is fabulous, because now this is word of mouth. We're getting ready to spread the word. Some people may not understand what she's doing, and they're not supposed to. No one's obligated to understand your vision or your dream but you. So when I left, my mother thought I was crazy. My family, my brother, I know that he's my tech web guy, he probably thought I was crazy. But I proved them wrong. And the more that they would negate or question what I was doing, the more I kept pushing on and pushing on and pushing on. And you have to do that. I pushed on when there was no money. I pushed on when I was making the money. I pushed on when I was uncomfortable. See, when you have something to birth that vision, it's not going to be comfortable. It's going to be very uncomfortable. It's just like a birth. You get around the 6th, 7th month, it's very uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because something is about to come out. And I knew that I could not give up, regardless of who I was running into or what the circumstances, the obstacles and challenges I was faced. I had a $1,500 rent that needed to be paid. I had cable. I had Con Ed. I had 2 tuitions for $500 a piece each. $1,000 a piece each month, because it was $500 every 2 weeks. They were in a private daycare. So I had that. I had my car note that I was paying. It was a lot. I had food to buy. There's 2 children plus me. So it was a lot that was going on. My brother was there to witness every single thing. But I continued to stay the course. I stayed on the course because I knew there was a bigger dream. I knew there was a bigger vision, regardless of who was tapping in and saying, you know, this is not right. You should go get a job. Are you sure on what you're doing? Yes, I'm sure. Even sometimes I wasn't sure, but I'm going to tell you I'm sure. I'm not going to say anything different. So I stayed the course. So what I tell you is to stay the course, regardless of everything now, where I stand now. I'm loving my lifestyle. You know, I wrote a book. I go to speak to people. I do what I'm supposed to do. I'm fulfilling my vision and my dream. So ask yourself, are you fulfilling your vision or your dream? Or are you just filling your pockets? Because sometimes the pockets are not fulfilled, but you're doing what you want to do. That's still an imbalance. So at one time I was making a lot of money, had clients out the wazoo, but I still was not doing what I wanted to do. And so I had to shut down the business and say I'm not operating in my authentic self. Somewhere along the way, I got off track and started following the money because I got scared. So I know what I was supposed to do here, but I said, you know what, this I don't see the money here. I don't see the path. It's not clear here. So I decided to go this way because this is where the money was at. And I was still, back to how I felt in corporate America, unhappy, no relationship. Now I'm an entrepreneur. So now I started reading more books, information junkie, recovering from that. So I'm starting to read books, and I said, you know what, let me read Get Rich in a Niche. Let me read the Millionaire Mindset. I don't care how many times I read Get the Millionaire Mindset. After I read the book, I was not a millionaire and I did not have the Millionaire Mindset. One day, the birdie came to my window and said, Lucinda, the Millionaire Mindset is doing it. Just do it. I don't care how many times you read this book, how many other books you pick up, how many conferences you go to. You have to do it. You have to be in the go. You have to be in the green at all times and know when to slow down and know when to just stop. Know when to back up, but you will not understand that if your mindset is not clear. If you're not focused on what it is that you need to do. If you're not focused, if you're not determined, if you're not taking action, which I call FDA, not Food and Drug Administration, but staying FDA approved. Focused, determined, and taking action. Always. Write those things down. You don't have paper. I have a little note cards here. Hand me that thing. They can pass this around. Staying focused, determined, and taking action. Because there's three biggest assets as entrepreneurs, as women, as moms that I talk to that I say that we have to hold. And I tell them, I don't know if Nicole was on one of the calls, but I say there's three biggest assets that we have that you have to be conscious of as an entrepreneur. That's your undivided attention, that's your intellectual property, and that's your time. I'm not giving that up for no one. That's what my business stands on. My undivided attention, my intellectual property, and my time. You get those three, you're paying me. Any of those three, you giving any of those three out, someone needs to be paying you. Especially for your intellectual property, your experiences, the things you've learned in your life, the things that you've learned along the way from school, or I don't care where you went. Like I said, the school of life rocks, the school of hard knocks, I don't care what school you went to. That intellectual property is serious. Giving somebody your undivided attention is very important. Giving someone your time. Your time is valuable. A lot of times we waste our time on doing things that we should not do. I did not know for maybe 3 to 4 months, Lifetime TV was looking at my Facebook wall. Something as small as that. So I'm walking around as an entrepreneur. Now say I wasn't walking the walk and talking the talk as Lucinda in her authentic self. They would not have seen the positivity. They would not have seen what I put in a 2-page proposal to him. So they went and did their homework and didn't contact me. I had no idea. No idea. The producer called me up herself. She said, Lucinda, congratulations. I said, what's this? She said, this is also from Lifetime TV, Balancing Act. I said, wow, okay. Let me get ready. I'm preparing, make sure the baby got the pacifier, prepping all up. She said, we've been watching your wall for about 3 to 4 months now. I like what you're talking about. I appreciate your videos. You just started your videos? I said, yeah, I just had the baby, so I'm starting my videos. She said, okay, great. We would like to talk to you. We'd like to fly you out here. We paid attention to your Twitter, and they paid attention to my Facebook. So what are you communicating out there? It's bigger than saying we have a business. See, the business that you're really in is not what you think you're in. And I had to realize that my business is as small as something as comfort. I can't put a price tag on it. So I said, God, how do I put a price tag on comfort? Someone can sit with me for 5 minutes, spill out everything about them. And I'm grateful for that because then I get the vision, I get the support from God to, okay, what should I tell them? How can I direct them? And I'm not here to say I'm prophetess Lucinda. That's not what my calling is. But people sit there. So I said, well, what is that gift? It happens all the time. Business owners, corporate execs, low-level execs, people who left their job, people who are trying to find a job. I don't care. They sit down and it's just something they pour it out, whether it's about their business or their life. And a lot of times, if your life is not in order, your business is not in order. You have to clean out one closet to make sure you can walk through the next one. So I said, well, how do you put a price tag to comfort? They have these words, consultant and coach and all this other stuff. So, and I didn't really want to stick with labels. But what business are you in? So if you have beauty products, what business are you in? What are you providing to the person besides what the company name is? It's bigger than that. That's what you want to relate to the people. Something besides the title, besides corporate mom dropouts. What can someone experience? That's the key word here. If you don't leave with anything else tonight, what experience are you giving people? I don't care if you're selling a pencil, a sock, a book, a product, or if you're just talking to people. What's the experience that they can walk away from? What the experience I want you to walk away from is, what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take action. I'm big on taking action, big on giving homework and action work. What is it what can you do tonight or the next networking event? instead of showing up, how can you be deliberate and strategic on who you need to meet and why, instead of just showing up? I don't show up. Why? Because those 3 things. Who can tell me the 3 things? What's the 3 most valuable assets? Time. One person stand up. One person stand up. What is it? What is it?
Time, intellectual property, and undivided attention.
That's right. Grab a book. That's what I'm talking about. Grab a book. Take a book. So during those, it's your time, your undivided attention, and your intellectual property. Those are the 3 things. So when you show up for networking events, you think of those 3 things. You say, you know what, Lucinda told me my time, my undivided attention, and my intellectual property. Let me make sure that my 10-second pitch, not 30 seconds, 10 seconds, you have my attention. After that, I'm going to get some fried chicken from the back. So it has to be powerful. What is the experience that I can get? What is it that you're offering besides giving me a 3 or 4 sentence story on stuff that really doesn't matter to me? You don't even know who I am or what my needs are. So find out about the person. Who are you serving? Why are you serving them? What do they look like? Draw them up. I had to draw up. I have about six pieces of paper together. What does my mom look like that I'm talking to? What does she look like? So besides that 6 pieces of paper, I had to do small papers next to her because she has children. What's her children's age range? What is that she's dealing with? Okay, she's a mom. She's in this income range, but it's bigger than that. Is it a 1 single household? Is it a 2-family household? How many children does she have? How much time does she have on her hands? It's a lot of things she's going through. How does she communicate? One is online. She has no time to watch television. Barely on the radio. That's my ideal target person. She's not on the radio. She's not listening to the radio. She's not watching television. If she's watching television, it's Lifetime, so that she's connecting with emotions. So I know where to dag her at. I know where to talk to her. I know where I can touch her. I know her soft spot is family. I know her soft spot is getting balance. And I know her soft spot is talking to her about her, finding more about her. What is it that you want to do, or what is it that you wanted to do and you're not doing, and why? Who told you to do that? Is that what you want to do? You know how many women I talk to who are doing what they don't want to do at all? But they're doing it because they're making money, or they think that that's the way, or it's an opportunity that's presented to them. Not every opportunity is for you. So be clear on who it is. Be deliberate and strategic on what it is that you want to do. What are your intentions? What is it you intend to create in 2011? Take bite-sized pieces, month by month. What do I intend to create in 2011? You want to do legacy building. You want to have generational wealth. That's the end result. But let's work backwards. What do you want to do? What's the bigger picture? Month by month, you should have something created. Month by month, you should be taking steps closer and closer. So when 2012 comes around, you can say, you know what, I accomplished almost all. Matter of fact, I accomplished everything on this list and a few others. So I do this vision board party. Shameless plug. I do this vision board party every year in January. And I'm doing it again. And with the vision board party, we talk about your visions. But it goes beyond that. Before we get to the fun part of clipping papers and gluing and sticking, listening to music and chatting, what is it that we intend to create for the coming year? What is it that we're going to do? Why are we putting the BMW 745 or 750 up there? Why are we putting that up there? You know, one thing that happened with my vision board when I first wrote my book, I had my driver here. I had a driver. I had different news channels, different magazines. I did a bunch of stuff, but I was deliberate, strategic. My intentions was clear on why I wanted the driver, why I wanted these news stations. Why I wanted the news stations, because they were talking to my audience. They had more than at least 3 to 4 articles or posts mentioned about moms, mompreneurs, moms starting business. So not just any media outlet I'm reaching out to. I'm reaching out to the ones who talk to my audience at least 3 to 4 more times than any other station. Don't you know, the book came out in October. See, we need to be having fun like that. We're going to have fun like that. The book came out in October. Sorry, the book came out in October. In November, the beginning of November, ABC News called me, and they said that they wanted me to come on their show as the mompreneur. So I said, okay, this is what I'm talking about. Went straight to the vision board, started Xing that off. So they said, okay, so we're going to send somebody to come pick you up. Don't you know the guy looked almost not as old as my driver that I put on the vision board, but just as old as he was. I was sitting back in that thing 5 in the morning like this is what I'm talking about. But that's all part of my visions and being clear and understanding in my mind, what is it that I'm doing and why am I doing it? Why are we marketing? How are we marketing? How are we promoting ourselves? Are we just showing up? So if I was asked, and I was in the back, if I was asked, well, who in here has a business? I'm the first one. Yes, my name is Lucinda Cross. I am the author of Corporate Mom Dropouts. I have a business, blah, 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 blah. So I'll go into it real quick and I'm sitting down. But what are you saying? Is it of any substance to grab someone in that room's attention? Why have you showed up here? Did you show up to get a connection because you have an event coming up? Did you show up because you want to find a sponsor? Are you looking for vendors for your event so you want to see how you can get some of their money? Are you paying attention to the opportunities that are around you? Or are you just showing up to chit-chat? If you're showing up to chit-chat, then don't complain about the money and the business growth. But if you're showing up being strategic and deliberate and meeting the people that can possibly change your business, possibly change your mindset and the way that you're doing things, then make that happen. Say, you know what, I need to meet 3 people in this area and watch them be there. But we have to be clear on our intentions. We have to be strategic in our movements. We have to be deliberate and continue to push on and push on and push on. Staying focused, staying determined, and taking action over and over and over again. Think about that over and over and over again. Like I said, Lifetime was on my Facebook wall for 3 to 4 months. That's scary. So say if I just fell off of my track. Say if I fell off a course and I started talking nonsense and wasn't on my A game. She wouldn't have called me. I would have missed the opportunity. It would have went to somebody else. So when you say, well, that's what God got for me, God got for me, stop it. Okay, because if you're not prepared and you don't have any preparation, I'm in preparation. I have a business proposal right there. I don't know who I'm going to meet here. You know, I have my packages ready for people. You never know who you're going to meet. And not even here. It may be on the way. You know how many contacts you make on the way? I'm driving past Jacob Javits. I see 3, 4 white guys, business suits, and black. I'm like, man, I should tell my brother to stop the car, see who they are, and what kind of event was down the block. You never know the opportunities. You have to always stay prepared. You sell T-shirts, always have a T-shirt in your bag. You sell CDs, you always have a CD. I never leave without my book. Never leave without my book. I carry my book, and I carry a coaching package sheet. So you buy the book, hey, you know, check out the coaching package sheet. Okay, yeah. All right, make sure you sign in the Facebook. You know, so I'm clear on what it is that I want to do every single day. I wake up, you know what, God use me. God use me. I cannot do this by myself. I cannot make these miracles happen on who I meet and why I meet them. Use me. Bring me to the people that I need to meet. Bring me to the people that need to meet me. Who can I help and who can help me today? Every day when I step foot on the ground. That's the first thing I ask God before I even open up my Bible, my word. And I'm very religious, but once again, I'm very clear. I'm clear in my prayers. And it's not just asking God for things. I'm not asking him for the cars and stuff. He's giving me the equipment that I need. You already have what you need to do what you need to do. So how can you be more, do more, and have more? Be, do, and have. And I'm not saying anything that you guys have not heard before or from somebody else. But somewhere it has to click. It has to click. What's your experience? What are you providing? What's your value? What are you doing? What do you want? What do you want? Many of us don't even know what we want. We just say what we want based on the things that we see happening on Facebook of what other people say they want. What do you want? I had to step away because I said, whoa, they started after me. How she got? Ain't that something? You know, how did they get that opportunity? So I have to be clear on what it is that I want and why I want it. And is that for me? Am I prepared for that? Am I going to be on drugs and going crazy and beating my kids if I get the $1 million? What am I going to do with the money? So I'm clear. My plan is drafted. Give me the $1 million. This is exactly what's going down. I have my academy. I'm international. I'm speaking all over the place. I have the ministries here. I'm very clear on what's going to happen with that $1 million. I guarantee you, give me the $1 million, God. Watch me. I'm not going to embarrass you because I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm not going to embarrass the vision that you instilled in me. And I'm serious about it. We have to be very serious about it. My kids watch it. And I'm glad that we have the young entrepreneurs here. My son, he has Young Money Bank. Okay, probably got it from one of the rappers or something. But it's Young Money Bank. He did a YouTube video and he said, you know, these are the 3 tips to save money. The first tip is go around the house and find any loose change or dollars that you can find. The second tip is to find a wallet because if you don't have a wallet, you can't save. And the third tip, but he'll put that behind me. But he had a third tip. And ask for extra chores. Ask your parents to do extra chores so you can save some, save some extra money. He saves. He has more money probably than I have right now in my savings or banking account. He has a lot of money. He saves everything. He's 9 years old, so he's been saving since he's been 5. You know, so he knows the value of money. He knows that, well, I can still get some things, but I'm saving this for a reason. He knows he has his eye on this big bike that he wants to get when he's 10 years old, because he says you cannot ride until you're for 10 to 13, however those rides go. So he knows next year he's going, and this is what he's going to get. You know, so they watch everything that we do. Our children watch. People watch. If we're not clear, no one will know how to support us and help us. You want to let them in? You want to let them in? If we're not clear, people will not know how to support and help us. And so you wonder why. It's because you're not allowing yourself to be that magnet for prosperity, that magnet for money. I don't care how many affirmations you say in the mirror in the morning. I don't care how many quotes you read. I don't care how many empowering self-improvement books you read. It will not soak in if you're not ready. Being ready is being open to receive information that you need, not getting fed from everybody else's table. Not every teacher is a good teacher. Not every coach is a good coach. What kind of coach do you need? Do you need a coach who has written a book? Do you need a coach who has already been on TV? Do you need a coach who has already excelled in the business that you want? I was clear until I found my coach is when I started to get some direction. So I led from one coach to another coach to another coach. I have a nice network. I have 2 coaches and a spiritual coach. She's my prayer partner. You know, someone who helps me with marketing and someone I can call up and say, what do you think about this idea? How can you direct me? You need direction. We cannot do this alone. You can't. It's your vision, yes. But you can only go as far as the information that you have. And then you can only go as far as the information that your coach has. So you have to constantly sharpen my sword. Constantly sharpen my sword. Read a book a week. What does that do for me? I like information. Information junkie. It may be my book. Sometimes I got to go back. I'm doing a revised version. You know, so I find information that is relevant to me. I want to find out what the moms are doing. What's going on in my network. How are they feeling? Why did she write this book? You know, who is she talking to? Sometimes it's a gold mine in other people's circles, in other people's networks. So you find your way to fit in, joint venture, partner up with people. Once again, you don't have to do this alone. I partnered up with a coach. He put me out on the forefront. He said, this is what I do. If you could do this other half, this bottom half, it'll be a great help. You'll make a lot of money. And that's exactly what I did, to pay the $1,500 rent, to pay the tuitions, to pay my car notes, to make sure food was on the table, the lights was on. As a single mom, because once again, my support left. He said, you're crazy. You got a degree. Are you stupid? I said, yeah, I guess I am. And I guess I have to pack my bags and my babies and go. Sometimes you got to pack your stuff and go. Mentally. Not even pack your bags. I'll take that back. Drop them. Because we carry way too much luggage. We carry way too much stuff. You know, blaming other people for the way and the reasons how we are right now. Let go of that. You have to stay focused on you. You have to stay focused on your vision. You have to stay focused on your cause. Once again, what are you doing? What do you need to do to be more, do more, and have more? How can we make the shift from today till tomorrow? Instead of just sitting in the seats, how can we begin to make some real money, some real prosperity relationships? When you connect with someone, are you looking to create a partnership on an event, or bringing together some information to the masses? What can we do on a big scale? We have these millionaire dreams, these millionaire visions, but these dollar mindsets. We have to shift that around, make a complete shift, so that you're thinking just as big as your vision. We can't even imagine the things that we have in store, and we won't be able to until we're able to vision ourselves doing big things. I take bold moves all the time. I pack my baby up, we're going to Essence. Why am I not on the speakers chart for Essence? This is a mistake. And I put that out, those who are on Facebook know. I said, oh man, I got to go down to Essence today. They think it's a game. They don't have my name on the speakers chart. But I'm serious. My name should be on the speakers chart. You think I'm crazy. But you'll see me on the speakers chart soon. You know, so you have to make bold moves and go after what it is that you want to go after. You know, you have to make bold moves. You have to make those phone calls, sending a letter, letting people know, okay, this is what we can do together. This is how I can support you. You know, let me help you with your vision. I see that we have the same mission or same vision. How can we support each other? How can we make this bigger? You know, so we have to think big, take our big visions, do big, bold moves, make bold moves out of our comfort zone. Get uncomfortable. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I'm nervous all the time, legs shaking all the time when I'm approaching someone. And it's not that they're bigger than me. They have an opportunity that I want the door to open. And the only way this is going to open is unless I go knock on the door. Or even open up the door, because the opportunities are there. But we have to be clear. We have to be clear. Clear on your intentions. What is it that you're intending to do next month, next week, tomorrow? I'm very clear. I stay very clear. I'm not going to fall off course. I got it now. He doesn't have to push it. No, you don't have to push me down any longer. I understand. I got the message. I got the memo. The memo said stay on course, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So it's one. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just so excited for Nicole. I'm excited that you guys are here to support her. But what I'm so passionate about, and what I'm really serious about, if you don't take anything else away tonight, is understand the experience that you give people. That's the most important piece. It's not your product. It's not your service. It's not what you say. It's not what you do. It's the experience that you provide. How are you moving somebody? How are you touching or tapping into that problem? How are you providing that solution? The real solution. Like I said, my business is beyond a consultation and a book. It's that comfort people want. That comfort to know that, you know what, this is my vision. This is a non-judgmental conversation. And I'm going to feel empowered when I leave from her. I'm going to feel like I can conquer the world, and she's going to help me conquer. She's right there holding my hand along the way. And sometimes we need that. We have to be comfortable with the four-letter word, help. We have to be comfortable with help. And I thank God that Nicole answered the call. Not saying that I'm the answer to her, but now she's open and she's willing to take even more bolder moves. So the next person she meets who pushes her to the limit, that she says, okay, you know what, she pushed me to the ledge, I started to fly, now I'm going to fly and I'm going to keep on soaring. And so I just hope for that more with Nicole, because she's a fabulous person. And I thank you, everyone, for being here. I have my books here, Corporate Mom Dropouts on sale. I have some sheets that if you're interested in coaching. And Nicole, I don't even think Nicole told everyone what she does. Come here, Nicole. Because this is Promote Me, and she's the head of Promote Me, so we have to be clear on what she does. What do you know? She's on the platform. You're the coach. Okay, I'm on the platform. What do you intend to create for 2011?
What I am already starting to create, I actually started coaching 4 years ago, when everybody thought that coaching was crazy. What are you talking about? Your life coach? People don't need to be coached in their life. I became certified and I started doing it at work, pushing salespeople to their limit. I see some awesome things happen, and I realized it just clicked one day that this is what I'm supposed to do. It just really made sense to me. So I've been toying around with my own coaching business for a few years now. Next year, I'm skating on the road. I don't know where it will lead me. I know it will lead me to success. And if you guys are on Facebook, it's what I'm Coach Nick Taylor. And I'm just really taking it to the next level and really keeping on course with it. When I started the 30-day mindset, we had to rename ourselves for the 30 days, and my name was Miss 100% because I have all of these ideas and I never follow through with them or put them through at 100%. So I'm glad that I'm here today and that all of you guys are joining me. I'm also creating the Promote Me Motivated Entrepreneurs group. So all of you entrepreneurs that are here, if you want to sign up for my group, starting in 2011, we will have many more things to come, different events, different teleseminars, coaching services, anything that you need to start your business or keep your business going or to keep your business to the next level. And for those of you here who are not entrepreneurs, who would like to support our entrepreneurs as well, that's why we have you all here, and that's what I realize my calling is, and that's where I'm taking it to next year. So,
what is one thing that you could say, if we can all just stand up, give one word of something that you are going to take action on? And it can be your business, it can be your relationship. Remember, before you guys stand up and say anything, it can, like I said, it can be your relationship. Once again, your business and your life are so in tune. If your life is not together, your business is not going to operate the right way. And I had to find that out the hard way. There was a lot of things I had to clean up because I had the representative show up all the time and smile and wave, and that didn't work. You know, so at one point, God had to knock me down and say, hold up, you're not authentic. Stand up and talk right now. And that's what I had to do. And when he said talk right, what did that mean? That means get your house in order. Start working with your family. If you're this business balance person, start working with your family first. Start getting clear on the calling that I told you to do and not what you think you're supposed to do because you see someone else prospering in that area. Not everything is for everybody. I gave you certain tools, skills, gifts, and talents that you are supposed to use. Why are you worried about how somebody else is using theirs? She does what she does. I do what I do. Stay authentic in yourself, and you will find the people who need you or who you need. And that's exactly what happened. So I had an issue with women, and I didn't realize that. And it stemmed back from me with my relationship with my mother. So you have to clear up your relationships. I had to have a difficult conversation with my mother. I had to talk to her and let her know how I felt about certain things. My brother's laughing. I hope that's not recorded. Stop the tape! But I had to clear up she'll appreciate that, she loved me. But I had to clear up the relationship with my mother. Not that it was on bad terms, but there was a miscommunication somewhere. And until I cleared up that miscommunication, then the door to talk to other women who showed up with my mother's characteristics, now I was able to welcome them in. And those were my biggest clients. Instead of me running from them or feeling like they were a burden on me or was too much for me because they showed up with certain characteristics from my mother, I stopped the communication with them and then I'd go blame, just like what I did with my mother. So I had to stop that, and it opened up the door for me to step into my authenticity to support and help more moms. I can't tell you how many moms and women that I have helped, and every time I see the testimonial, I say, wow. Now just imagine something as small as me having a conversation with my mother and telling her how I feel and how, you know, the things that, how I felt as a child. Now, I wasn't abused, wasn't used, none of that. It's just some, but listen, the girls we get out little tudes and stuff when we're in our teenage years. And things that how we hold on to certain things. We have to let them go. If it's something in your relationship, something in your household, a difficult conversation with someone who is dead or alive, have that difficult conversation and get it out. Like I said, dead or alive. So, what I would like to ask everyone to do is just to stand up and say, what experience are you going to begin to present moving forward? Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next month. But we're going to keep it close because when we start thinking far out, they never get done. So if you say that this is something you're going to accomplish next month or next week, go after it, and it makes it. You'll get closer to your goal, closer to your vision. So we'll start from the back. We can't. That's how it happens. It happens when you're not ready.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Having more confidence and speaking in front of people. That's what I'm going to try to accomplish.
Okay. Okay. She just started right now with it. Go ahead.
I'm going to try to become more organized because I have 3 small children and I'm always speeding and rushing. So I'm going to try to just get more organized within my house and so it can relate to my business.
I'm trying to be more of a people person. I tend to be antisocial.
Okay.
And I would like to follow through with my dreams and give thanks emotion. In terms of, I always wanted to make my own skincare line, and I used to do it when I was 13, but I didn't have anybody's question.
Good.
I work on being more consistent because we have the tendency to fall off and stay off for a long time. So just being more consistent and more stern into what you want to do. So consistency.
Consistency, right?
I'm going to work on research and developing my business plan.
Okay, great.
Anger management.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
Hey.
Go ahead, Andre.
Oh, me? No, you speak to your brother.
No, I'm not really here.
I think I'm going to
focus on being a little bit more organized and refocus my energy on the things I really want to do rather than the things I'm doing now.
That's right. That's right. Great.
I'm going to put out my newsletter next week to the welfare centers for the welfare to wealth initiative.
Massive visibility.
Great, great.
Staying more in line with myself and my vision.
Great.
I'm supposed to be doing more too.
Speaking, so you're going to start speaking.
I do a totally different business, but listen to what you're saying, everything that you're saying, that's what I'm supposed to do.
That's right.
I'm changing my business.
I had to shut
changing my business. I'm doing the wrong thing.
You know,
and it's successful, but I'm doing the wrong thing.
I was successful. I was successful, but I was doing the wrong thing.
I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm doing the wrong thing. And I listen to all kind of people speak.
But
Man,
that's good. That's good. I'm serious. I had to shut down. I was successful. I was paying all those bills, taking care of the kids. I was successful at what I was that I was doing. But you have to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. I was not good with, mixing in. What I was doing was an outsourcing company. So I was a virtual assistant on the back end. So I'm not good at picking up the products off of the shelf. I'm good with the mix. Give me in the mix. Let me mix the egg and the batter together. That's what I'm good at. I wasn't good with, okay, let me get 2 eggs, some milk. That was exhausting to me. So I was doing it. I was getting paid well as a virtual assistant at that. But that wasn't my calling. My calling was, give me, what do you have? Let's put it in the bowl. Let's see what we can make. Smorgasbord, shrimp. What's going to happen in here? So that's what I was good at. And I'm comfortable with that. I love the mix. And then saying, hey, look what came out. It's a nice, pretty cake. So.
Well, what I'm going to be doing is working on myself and stop working on others. That's my big problem. I love to work on somebody else, and then it makes me angry in the end when they don't do what I want them to do. So what I'm doing is working on me. So
that's right. Because they're not going to get what's for you. You can't enforce your vision on somebody else. You have to first put it inside you. You can only give what you have inside.
I think a lot of times we do that. We try to change people. People are going to be people, and change doesn't happen right when you want it to happen. So if you work on yourself, it'll fall on your kids, and it'll fall on people around you. And there's going to be, like Nicole told me, there's going to be people that's down with you, and they're going to be along for the ride, and there's going to be people that's not going to be down and along for the ride.
That's right.
Some come and go.
And some come and go.
So I know what I got to do for me.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And do that happy with a smile on your face. With a smile on your face, you do it happy.
And I'm much more happy. I'm not angry.
Oh my God.
Because me and Black people relate.
So I sent a little maybe anger management in there in the mix too. Okay, great. That's great. Go ahead.
I'm going to, the thing that you said that was, it's like, okay, Kim, you have to clean, well, you just you said you have to clean up your house in order for your business to really be organized. And that's really what it is. My house is not organized in any form or fashion, between me and my aunt who's blind. So now it's about just focusing, getting the house in order so that the business can be more organized. My desk is a mess.
Yes, the small things. It's the small things that make the big changes forward. It makes the big changes.
Hold on. For me, it's being incorporated my son into my business. And my business is to work with parents and children.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I'd include my kids. Today they would have been here with their T-shirts. They're out roller skating. They would have been here with their T-shirts, passing out business cards. They know exactly what mommy does. They know exactly what I do, and they support me. Oh, that's my girl. Go ahead and say who you are.
My name is April Knight, and I think one of the things I'm going to start trying to do is actually tell people what I do.
Thank you.
And I know what I do, and I find that it's hard to tell people because you don't want to come off being pushy. But I know that what I do very well.
What do you do? What do you do?
I'm an aspiring event planner. I've worked for like BET and TV and NBC. So I've worked for a lot of companies doing that. So I know, what to do. So now I'm going to branch
across to someone at networking event, if you notice, a lot of people don't even understand what you said when you leave them. And the reason why is because you're not even clear on what it is. You're not telling the person the experience of what they can have with you. You're not relaying the experience. So it's as soon as you say, oh yeah, my name is so-and-so, by the time you finish your name and your business, the rest is gone in people's head because they're already thinking about their business, whether you can benefit them. Is it even worth me conversating? I'm really trying to get over to her because she mentioned she worked at BET. I really don't want to talk to you. So people tune you out. So I love that, and we're going to work with you even more to change that event planning to pick out what's the experience that you're giving. What are you really, what is it that you're offering them? Is it bringing relationships together? Is it what's behind the event planning? Is something bigger behind it? Go ahead.
Before I tell what I want to work on, I just want to show everybody I got small business loans available now. It's from this group called Canva, in Brooklyn, and it gives like micro loans. So if anybody's interested in getting a small business loan or information, come talk to me and I can give you some papers on that.
Is it only in Brooklyn?
Yeah, well, Canva, I believe they only have a Brooklyn office.
Yeah,
but there's a number.
Only
in the Brooklyn office? Okay. And, you can read it, but you can be from any borough and, attend their workshops.
So what is it that you want to do before we get into that? Because we want to show them.
Oh, okay, all right, we'll talk about that. Okay, just the thing that I want to work on, I'd like to thank you for the talk because I also going to Canva, also learned about social media and the fact that, like you said, you have to be a strategic marketer. So you were saying it's not how many friends you have on Facebook, right, or followers you have on Twitter. Is your goal is how many followers you want on or LinkedIn or the other various social medias. So I learned that, and so I'm working on that as far as strategically getting the different followers I need on the social media. And I got to thank you for that as well.
That's right. That's right. And with Lifetime, they didn't look at how many followers I had. She didn't even ask about that. What she said was she wanted to know what is it that I was saying. According to what I handed them to their office and the media alert, according to the press releases, Lucinda walking the walk and talking the talk. Is she TV ready? She said she wants TV. And I put out the blast months prior to that. So I'm serious, I'm bold. And I said, you know what? I need to, where's the Lifetime contact? What's going on? I need to be on Lifetime TV. They need to have me. Not knowing that went out viral. I'm talking into the universe. That went out. And she came and she was watching. Producer called me. She didn't say, oh, you have 20,000 followers on Twitter and 1 million on, link. No, she didn't care about that. She said, who are you, Lucinda? What are you going to talk about on the Balancing Act? I said, okay, hold on. I got this page ready for you. I'm waiting for that call. And I was prepared. So be prepared for the opportunity after put it out there.
It's funny you said that. That's my problem. I need to be
okay.
So that's
Let's go next. You got to speed it up. It's almost time. Go ahead. You passed? Okay. Go ahead.
My name is Rafe. I had a resume business, which I gave up on. I titled it because I thought it was high labor, no good. So being here, I'm thinking about coming out of retirement and starting up different ways to design.
Yeah, there's so much government money. It's not, you're not coming to the individuals. You want to go to the career centers and the social service departments. My money is made with the Department of Education. Where does that click in? Why do I have contracts with the Department of Education? Because they could pay me thousands and thousands of dollars to talk to their parents, to the Title I and coordinator. So if you know a Title I or PTA coordinator, just write your name down and I'll connect with them. But they pay me to teach their parents. So you look at the bigger money. Besides me conversating and picking up a client here or there, where's the big checks at? There's a bigger check with social service right now. There's a bigger check with the career development. And even with the small business administrators, they have money for you.
Can I chime in real quick? Right now is definitely the time that you might want to do that. Being that they said we're in a quote-unquote recession / depression, most people are using what little bit of money they have to present their skills and what talents they have. So if you're going to jump in, now's the time to do it, because this way you can start to build and help other people get back into the employment market with the skill that you already have, that you said get great at, but it's something that you definitely want to do. This is a perfect case, just by putting it out there. Now's the time to take action for it.
Yeah, create
because
some
a lot of
resume
people
boot
are out of
camps,
work.
resume boot camps, resume workshops, but present that 2-page proposal to a company, to an organization. They're tired of looking at these sorry resumes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No. My friend back there.
Last week.
I think people are open. They tell the war, people have a lot of baggage. And I think about a lot of baggage and a lot of stuff that's bringing me down, so you can shut out that way.
Okay.
That's happening.
Okay, great. Go ahead, next.
I like to prepare myself and trust a little more. I'm a aspiring writer, and therefore I hold my works to myself and I open myself up. So I would like to work on
Yes.
You're saying that you're an inspiring writer, and you wanted to open yourself more. You should really do that because aspiring to write and stuff like that is able to open yourself up to more people, allows you to bounce more ideas off of more people that are like-minded like yourself, which will bring in your creativity to be able to finish whatever project that you're working on, as far as the book or whatever it is. So, you good luck with that.
We can't hear you, but you will. Focus on family? Okay. Great. You're next.
I would say my goal to work on is being more patient.
Okay, that's a big one. I have a problem with that. I like things now. I like now money, right now money, and later money.
I think my focus is to figure out exactly what it is I want to focus on.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
So you just need clarity.
I know I'm not happy where I'm at, and I need to be someplace else. I just gotta find out where that place is.
Okay, great.
Well, for a couple of years now, I've been writing a couple of journals and things that come up. A good book. No, not exactly. That's what I like. But also, I'd like to continue to support my daughter and my husband.
Great.
Can we just pass it?
I have to steal someone's thought. I want to work on patience. I lack patience with the passion, and that's one thing I definitely want.
And I'm going to work on more family time. That's what I'm going to do. Speaking it requires a lot of time away. And the only one who really is there with me is my little one. I said, I got to carry my Velcro piece with me. I mean, he's good, but he has to come. So I'm going to work on more time with my family. So that's Rebecca, you guys want to get like one word in case you?
Wow. There's multiple things, but right now, I need to say that I'm always in a giving mood. So one, I want to give more to my family, and the other is I want to give to you guys. And my gift to you guys is I have a radio station, my husband and I, and for each one of you who want to advertise, we'll make arrangements for you to come to Delaware so that you can make your drop. Monique has done her one take. There's one drop shot, but you can come and we have an internet radio station that we're a part of, and we're heard in 7,600 cities, 21 countries. So that's my gift to you. So 2011, I hope you get out there. I'm always giving.
And my vision is I see myself as successful and I need to claim it and don't let people say or they want to reject me. That's right. That's right.
Hi. My thing is for 2011 is to walk in my authentic self. well as step out more boldly in my business, and the true definition of what the covenant of the head reps are. It's on a whole nother spiritual level, and that's basically what I'm going to do about it. So as I close, just remember your 3 most valuable assets: your undivided attention, your intellectual property, and your time. Think big, do big, and understand that this is not just a game. This is a lifestyle.
Thank you for your time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we only have a few more minutes, and so I encourage everyone. Nicole is still doing raffles, so have your raffles ready. But we still have vendors here if you want to take the time now to grab a basket or get some Mary Kay's, now good to feel good, a head wrap. You know,